In this video, I will share with you my personal review of the Mixars Primo DJ controller after I used this controller in an actual gig. So the things that I like about this controller is that number one, I'm very particular with sound quality. So this controller, even though this is I think a mid-range or entry level controller, this has an XLR output, which means it gives better sound quality, and that's very important to me and maybe for the most DJs out there. The other thing that made me decide to buy this controller over the other options out there is that this has professional outputs, but this is a small controller. Small controllers are best for DJs like me who are traveling DJs. I travel from different spots, different venues, and I bring my stuff. And if I bring those big and huge controllers, it's a lot of work and it can hurt. Maybe it can hurt my body, and I would rather bring a small controller than being a big one. That's for me, at least for me. And also, it has a long, full, full range of pitch, tempo adjust. So it's very important for me, and maybe if you're a DJ, you understand this one, that you have a long throw pitch adjust to beat match your songs. Okay, and mostly that's it. And also, this looks very professional, even though this has a compact size. It has all what I need for my DJ gigs. So after the very first gig I did using this controller, there are some things I noticed. So this is a good thing. The first one, this is the master volume. This controller has a very powerful output volume. It has very powerful volume. I tried a Pioneer DDJ SR, weak output. And also, there are Pioneer controllers that has good output, but they will not function if there is if the power source or the power brick is not attached. But this controller can power up with only connecting this one to your computer using the USB at the back without the power brick. So this can function, and it will still give you a powerful output, a very loud volume. Next, this is a bit, I'm sorry to say this, but I just want to be honest, okay? So these jug wheels are not reliable. At some point in my gig, sometimes it does not, when you try to scratch, it does not, its sensitivity is kind of problematic. So sometimes it will just play, the waveforms will just continue playing even though I was touching the platter. And if you are a DJ and you try to scratch and you want to try your stuff, I'm not yet a good scratcher, but if your platter has problems, has sensitivity problems, it can cause a lot of problems in your mix. So if you want to be good, to sound good through your mixing while using the scribble or the baby scratch, this controller can throw you off. Okay, that's a big problem. And I'll give you another one. This may be the last thing that I will share with you in this video. In the previous video, I in my previous TikTok video, I shared with you that I am a Traktor DJ user. So if you have tried Traktor, it has a very good sound quality, very crisp and very clear. So from my point of view, knowing that knowing the sound of Traktor, when I use this one, it is loud, but the the sound quality is not very clear. It's just loud, but somehow I can say it's not very clear. It is loud, but the vocals, the instruments, it's kind of not clear, not as clear as Traktor. Let's put it that way. So that is a minus. It's not a good thing. Okay. So, if you are a DJ who loves to have a good sound quality, maybe you can try another controller, or maybe you can try this one, and if it works for you, then it works for you. But for me, it's not the sound quality that I am looking for. And because of that, I decided to return this back to the store. Shout out to Gear for Music from UK. They are the ones who sent me this controller after I paid them, and I appreciate them because will they they accept returns even if you don't have any valid reason. And luckily for me, I have a valid reason. But shout out to them for having that feature in their website, in their business, that you can return any items if you don't like them anymore under the terms. They have the I think it was 30 days. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm correct of their terms, or what about how you can return items. But I just want to say shout out to them because they're very kind and they're very accommodating. Okay, and that's it. Just a quick disclaimer: I'm not here to defame or to destroy Mixars or Mixars Primo. I am here to educate and to share my experience so that other DJs or other people who are planning to be a DJ and want to buy this one, so that they become aware of the things, so that they know what things to expect or what things to avoid. And maybe I am wrong. Maybe it's because of the audio quality. I mean, maybe it's because of the difference of the DJ softwares, Traktor and Serato. So maybe because of the there are different softwares, they have different ways of processing the sound, resulting to a different sound quality. So why I am saying this, it's because maybe it's not the fault of Mixers Primo. I am comparing the two output of different softwares, and it's just that when I tried Serato, I'm using this one. So maybe I am wrong, and maybe the reason for the unclear and noisy, it's not a bit noisy, but for me it's noisy. And for maybe the responsible of that one is not the Mixers Primo, and maybe it's the Serato software. So to rule this out, I might be able to try using a Pioneer DJ controller which has an XLR balanced output, so that I may find out if the reason of the the sound quality that I was bashing about is whether the controller or the software itself. And in that way, we can also compare the different output sound quality of a Pioneer controller which has a balanced output versus the Mixars Primo. Okay, so again, that's the reason why I'm making this video, for educational purposes only. And you can say your comments down. Again, thank you for watching and see you on my next video.